Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Adavi, coming to you this week from the Smoky Mountains with more of the Pontiacs and Pigeon Forge, brought to you by Automotive Racing Products, where all the proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. This has become a huge show. What's cool about it is that the people here give back because they fill up their buckets and their change, they save it all and they bring it to the show and donate it to St. Jude's. That's the car guys giving back to the community. And they've outgrown this facility, so next year they're going to be at the LeConte Center. Make sure to check this one out, guys. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is going to be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
The Pontiacs and Pigeon Forge Car Show grows each year. In fact, they've outgrown their current venue for a second time, and in 2023, they'll be at the LeConte Center right here in the Smoky Mountains. In an even bigger venue, you'll be able to see even more of these beautiful Pontiacs from all over the country. And I'm sure the swap meet will be bigger as well, giving you a better chance to get your hands on those hard-to-find parts. Best of all the proceeds from this show go to support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. This is a real eye-catcher. That paint is beautiful.
This is a 2017 Corvette.
Wow.
I wanted something really red that didn't look pink.
I saw the engine, the firewall, the new GTO engine under there, and then you look at the seats. You're like, cool, you know, a lot of people do the front seats, you know?
Yep.
Do the rails, but then you take a look at the rear seats.
We took a 2006 interior and put it in a 71. We wanted a car that looked like a 71, but drove like something new.
You got the front NASCAR frame, you said?
NASCAR frame.
Suspension, brakes.
Yes.
And you and your son built the whole thing.
Yes, me and my 26-year-old son.
That's incredible, man.
He's really good on the computer and the electronics. I'm good on the mechanical.
Yep.
So we work as good as a team.
Because you do a lot of road racing, you put a NASCAR front clip on it. You've been taking it out on the course. You've taken it to Road Atlanta.
Yeah, it's been on Road Atlanta. It's a really good car. It really drives good and handles well.
Now you drive this to the car shows?
We drove it here. Yeah, we drove it to Panama City. We're going on the power tour here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. And you'll be ending in Atlanta.
Yep.
And I want to be there in my 67 Cadillac, so make sure I'll look for you.
I'll look
for
for
me.
you, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yep.
Are you going to the GTO Nationals soon too?
We are going GTO Nationals, yeah, Bristol
You drive
this
it up
month.
there?
Yeah.
You drive it up there as well?
I'm planning on driving it there too.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yes.
It's such a treat when you're driving down the road and the people who see you drive by.
A lot of thumbs up and a lot of people just pull up and just super nice car. It really makes you proud of what you've done.
It's a real treat, Robbie. The last 2 years, actually 3 years I've been to the show, I have not seen a Fiero yet. And look, you brought one that is in pristine condition.
Okay, this is a 88 Fiero GT. It's got 31,000 miles on it.
Incredible.
Interior's original. You know, there's been some wear parts changed like tires and belts and things like that, but otherwise it's all original car.
And this is the desirable later generation, the second generation, where they put in the body kit, rounded off the front and rear. It looks so good. They used this car as the kit car to make Lamborghinis and Ferraris back in the day.
They did.
And the only way you could tell is if you look inside and see the dashboard, then you knew if it was a Fiero or not.
This is true. Now, the thing about the 88, you know, the 87 and before all had basically Chevette suspension parts.
Oh, really?
In 88, they changed up the suspension and it drives much more better. So that's the reason the 88 is so desirable.
And you said this thing comes with staggered wheels from the factory.
Yes.
And until you look at the lip of the wheel, you really wouldn't be able to tell.
No.
But it looks so good once you notice it.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's a little beefier in the back, a little smaller in the front. And what's neat about a Fiero is there's no power steering on a Fiero. It's
but it's so light
that
you don't really need it.
I bought it this year from a friend of mine who can no longer drive it. And so I bought it from him. And I've actually got a couple other Pontiacs, and I thought I'd bring this one to the show this year.
Oh, no, this is a real treat. This beautiful 455 cubic inch engine was built by Butler Performance. It's got all ARP hardware throughout to keep it strong and give you peace of mind. But if you guys have a blower like what you see here, ARP has these bolts in a kit for you guys to give you both peace of mind and give you uniform hardware, because they sell every other hardware to dress up the engine as well. And when you're going after points, that really matters. We'll be right back with more of the Pontiacs and Pigeon Forge. It's time for the Lokar Lowdown with Kevin Ford.
One of the coolest products we have in our LS Classic lineup is these simulated distributors. These often get overlooked because they blend in so well. You can see on this Ford looking motor, this distributor is at the front. It's an LS motor. This is actually a simulated distributor that has a function too. It routes the plug wires through and back so you can hide your coils under the car, in the cab. If you want to mount them on the fender, you can, whatever. If you have a box, it leaves you a lot of options. And our kit comes with really high quality wires that have 40 ohms per foot, which is outperforming even the factory LS small wires at 9 foot long. They come pre-terminated at the coil end, so you don't have to give any special tools. You can just use your standard tools to terminate the end that goes into your spark plug. These look really nice. They really finish off the entire look of the LS Classic engine. So if you got an LS and you want to make it look old, think about adding this to your setup.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show. I'm here with Bethany and her beautiful 1988 Trans Am. You know what I was noticing on this?
What's
the
that?
steering wheel with all the buttons. I forgot back in the day they put every button for the radio on the steering wheel.
Yeah, the digital dash was one of the hallmarks for a GTA. You could get it with a standard analog dash, but most often it did come with the digital dash, completely outfitted. I am happy to say at 175,000 miles, hers still works.
And it's the original dash pad?
Yes.
Man, look-
Actually, no, that's her fourth one.
Oh, wow. We
That's
should
her
put a little
fourth
tint over the
dash.
windshield. We can save that
Yeah,
dash.
the gold wheels were for 87 to 1990 GTA specific. In the 91, 92s, you could get them on the standard Trans Ams, but 87 to 90, they were for GTAs only, for the gold.
Cool. How long have you owned this?
I bought her in 2009.
Yeah.
Had her repainted, and I had the engine rebuilt. We were actually missing this center cap when
Right.
we got to the show. Mike came down this morning and somebody had put a center cap on the car, just completely, we didn't even know about it. So we were
Man,
really
see,
touched about that. That was a
Absolutely.
big
That's
deal.
real camaraderie. That's real car guys
Yes.
taking care of each other.
Love
you know?
of the cars, love of the people.
Well, thank you so much, Bethany, for
Thank you
giving
so
us
much.
an opportunity to check out your car and tell everyone the story
I
behind it.
appreciate the opportunity to show her off for you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you.
This has been in my family since '94. The way this whole car started was, I found out from a guy at work there's a Trans Am for sale.
Yeah.
I went home, told my wife, let's take a ride. She's like, where? I'm like, down by the water. Lo and behold, I was looking out of the corner of my eye, and there it was, and it was brown, hard top, 301 automatic. That had to be changed right away.
You changed every bit of it, didn't
Yep.
you?
18 years ago, we did the PlayStation 2 and the TVs, a different yellow. And about 4 years ago, my son's like, Dad, what do you think about doing it again? I said, let's do it. So then we swung for the fences and put the modern technology.
Touchscreen radio inside,
Yeah.
the Ride-Tech digital display. It's got air ride on it, I'm sure the best you can get.
The best of every product out there. I can't thank the sponsors enough. We built all the spoilers from scratch. He English wheeled and slip rolled everything for the rear spoilers, welded those to the car. The doors, it looks like the roof's chopped.
Yeah.
But what it is we actually added a whole nother layer of doors to the top of those doors to bring that point up and back.
Oh,
to
wow.
give it the illusion like you chopped the back of the roof.
Father and son build
Right.
to the highest level. That rear diffuser, you can tell it's handmade. It's
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, my son decided to do that 2 weeks before SEMA. He's like, we need to do something. He whipped that together and he's like, how you like it? I'm like, I love it.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, brought to you by Appalachian Backroads.
Have you finally realized you're out of space? You've got an extra car, an extra bike, extra equipment. Car Capsule has the solution for you. The Outdoor Showcase. It's super easy to set up and convenient. Virtually there is no setup. Turn on the pump, it inflates in less than 5 minutes. Pull your car in and you're protected, you're out of the weather. Whether it's hail, snow, wind, or rain, we got you covered. You need access? Use the side door to walk in and our main door to drive out. Zip it back up, you have a totally enclosed protection against hail, snow, ice, wind, and rain. Continuous airflow, like all of our products, protect your car from mold, mildew, rust, and corrosion. So when you get ready to take it out, unzip the door, drive out, you're good to go in showroom condition at an affordable price.
Gene, I was walking by the show and I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen a kit car yet. I loved the show. I watched all the episodes in the 80s and then my wife's like, check this out. And it really is the car. It's just like it, right?
Yes, it is. It's a full-on, show-accurate replica, down to the schematics, to the smallest of details. This is a love of labor between me and my late father. We built this thing together. He passed away 6 months before it was completed.
Oh, man.
When I go to the car shows, he's with me.
Absolutely.
I got the car with me. A friend of mine got me a piece from an original Knight Rider. That's
really?
Under the hood because of the production number.
Oh, wow, look at that.
And he put the NBC sticker on it.
I'm noticing your rings. Those are two big, beautiful rings. Tell me about them.
Before I was a Marine, I worked for the New York Yankees.
Right.
I spent 8 years with them from '96 to '04. I was the one of the scouts that would go out and find talent. Hopefully they make it to the majors one day.
So you earned those rings really from the get-go.
The start of spring training, it's go time.
Yep. You know, if it wasn't for your mindset, you picking out those people of talent, they wouldn't have done all the beautiful wins they did over the years.
Being a baseball scout was fun. Travel the country on the Yankees' expense.
All right, Kyle, I'm looking at your truck and I see what should be an S10, but it's got a Pontiac emblem on it, so tell me about this.
So this is a 94 Sonoma. It's been modified to look like a 70 Trans Am. Shrunk down fender vents, got a hood, shaker hood, a hood tack, modified Bravada grill.
I love the shaker hood, you did good there.
Got all the recesses just like the factory hoods would have.
What was the inspiration? What made you decide to do prototype Pontiac truck?
Something different. Had a lot of these trucks and I just wanted something different. It all started with a set of turbo Trans Am wheels and a shaker hood. Kind of spiraled downhill from there into making fender vents that are shrunk down from actual full-size vents.
What do you call it?
Call it the Pontiac Sue.
Sue? And what happens when you remove the last two letters from it?
It says S10 once you cover the last two letters up on it.
So what does Sue mean?
Most Pontiacs have a Indian-inspired name.
Yep.
It was something they've never used on one of theirs.
And that was creative because, like you said, the S10's incorporated in the name.
If you look at the script on it, it actually uses the 94 Sonoma script is how the lettering's done out.
Absolutely, I can see that. Now, what engine's in it and what do you plan on doing with it?
Currently got the 4.3 in it. It's getting a 5.7 period correct TBI motor, so it will look like a prototype GM would have put out in 94.
That's really cool. I'm here with Michael Blackburn. Him and his wife Sherry are the promoters of this now 22nd annual Pontiacs and Pigeon Forge Car Show, where all the proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
2009, my daughter was diagnosed with cancer. We went to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital for her treatment. Unfortunately, you know, we lost her in 2015. But we have continued to do this show basically as a fundraiser for St. Jude. It's our way of paying back, you know, everything that they did for us. Try to grow each year to be able to send more money to the cause.
Now you guys have grown so much that you got news for everyone out there as far as where you're going to be next year.
We do. We are actually moving to the LeConte Center at Pigeon Forge. It'll be an indoor-outdoor event, which is always the first weekend of June, which actually falls on my daughter's birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's a a plus for us.
And you said that this show has grown so much, it's actually the second biggest Pontiac show in the nation.
It is getting to be the second biggest, yes.
Wow, that's incredible. With you guys at the LeConte Center, I can see you growing the #1.
We have some that actually, they will take change out of their pocket every day, gather it up all year long, and then bring it in and donate it. They'll bring 55-gallon buckets of change. We raised over $3,000 in change last year. We have close to $6,000 to $7,000 just in change this year that has been donated.
You know, it really adds up.
It does.
Tell everybody here, they were just talking about the donations they were giving during the day.
Yes.
And that's really special. That's car guys giving back to the community.
Yes.
That's what makes car guys so special. Now I want to thank Automotive Racing Products for sponsoring this show and helping out Mike, Sherry, and St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Thank you so much, Mike, for the show you throw.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate it. I'm here with Terry with his G8 Pontiac. Basically, these are 4-door GTOs, and this one is a sleeper, big time. It's got a LSA engine in it.
Yes, sir.
And tell everyone, Terry, what an LSA engine is.
It's basically the same as a ZL1 Camaro. Got the ZL1 blower, ZL1 blower cam in it, ZL1 converter, ZL1 fuel pump.
On top of an LS3 engine.
It's 650 at the crank, 550 to the ground through a 6L80. Gets 20 miles a gallon if I keep my foot out of it, but that's very rare.
That's awesome. Now, what about the 6L80? You said you had to build it because you blew up how many?
Twice. This makes the third transmission and the second rear end in it.
Wow.
It does not like stock 292s, and it does not like a 323 for some reason. I had to go to a 345 rear and outlaw 2,000 horsepower axles to hold it. G8 only long tube headers with solo wake the neighbor's exhaust system.
Yep, absolutely. I bet it's really loud. That's nice.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think that's the reason I call it wake the neighbor's package.
It sounded good when I cranked it. What about drag racing? Do you take it to the track?
I have ran it to the track. It with a set of Mickey Thompsons on it. It runs 750 spinning.
In an 8th.
In an 8th.
That is crazy. It's nice to see a G8 done up with an LSA in it in a sleeper package. You know what I mean?
And daily driver.
Yeah.
You look at the front end of mine, you tell it gets beat daily on the interstate.
Yeah, it does. Well, Garrison, it looks like you got the only Grand Prix here that looks this nice, huh? Where did you come up with the design on this?
I'd say the design was inspired from a video game I played whenever I was a child.
Oh yeah, which one was that?
I was 15 years old whenever I created this design on Need for Speed.
Yeah, there you go.
And really after that, a couple years later, we purchased the Pontiac and we said, you know what? Let's make it happen.
Absolutely, you did a good job. I love the decals on the wheels and tires. That's so cool. People are doing that today. You did it very uniformly and nice, front and rear, and it stands out really big.
Thank you.
So how long did it take you guys to do this?
It really took us about 3 Saturdays out of a month.
Yeah?
And we started with the back actually. And then after that, we just moved our way up.
That's cool. How long have you owned the car?
I've owned this car for about 3 years.
I see that it's got a big stereo system in it from the fuse block and the power cord going to the back.
It does. That came with the car whenever we bought it used.
Really? That's
We brought
cool.
it off a guy upstate,
Very
and
clean.
then we just worked on it from there.
Man, this is cool. You know, to have something that you can work on with your dad, take your designs, implement them, and put them on a machine.
We do
makes
it
you
every
feel
day.
really good, you know?
It does.
And you guys do a good job because from the quality of the wrap and the install, I can tell you guys do a really good job. This
We
is
do our
nice.
best.
Thank you so much for bringing it out here.
Of course.
You know, it really stands out with the scheme and everything and the reflective graphics. I really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you
Sam.
very much, Garrison.
Of course.
Another great year here at the Pontiacs and Pigeon Forge, brought to you by ARP Bolts. This show supports St. Jude Children's Hospital. I can't wait to come check it out next year, and for me, that's a wrap. Join us next week as we head up to Greenville, Pennsylvania for the Heritage Days Cruise-In.